Alright, we're in Mineola, and I just wanted to talk to you about the way I feel about the environment, because I think some people are kind of misunderstanding how I feel. You know I take a hard line on the environment, alright, because we only have one planet, alright? We're here in Mineola in front of the Allure, by the way. We only have one planet, and, and when I mean SUVs and pickups, I mean the large ones that guzzle a lot of gas. When I'm talking about banning them, not the compact ones. Alright? So let me make that clear. I know some people misunderstood, and maybe I didn't make it clear enough, but that's what I mean. Right? These large SUVs, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Not those, not those. Those aren't the kind of SUVs I'm talking about. Alright? Those aren't the kind of SUVs I'm talking about. You don't see too many SUVs over here. It's more common on the South Shore, of course, where the money is. I'm talking about the large ones. So, that's what I want to make clear. I'm talking about the large ones. Like this pickup here. That's what I'm talking about, alright? But he needs that for work, alright? So, again, common is not directed toward those people. It's directed toward the people who drive the huge gas guzzlers. Alright? I don't see that many over here, but it's the middle of the island. You're not going to see as many. Huge pickups. The tanks. That's what I'm talking about when I say we need to get these things off the road immediately. And, of course, when I'm taking a video, I don't see too many driving by. I did see a Range Rover earlier. Range Rovers, the EXTs, the F-150s, the real gas guzzlers. The Audi SUVs. Those get very poor gas mileage. The Mercedes SUVs. See, those are too big right there. See, those are the kind of SUVs I'm talking about. It's way too big. Right? Nobody needs a vehicle that big. And they're high up, too, so they block people's view. It's just bad all around. Bad for the planet, bad for other drivers. I know it pisses off a certain demographic. I don't really care. That certain demographic has way too much power. And they're eventually going to have to realize that we're going to have to start transitioning to a green economy. What we have right now is not sustainable. And this is what's going on. It's not sustainable, right? Even, the regular cars are going to have to be phased out. Anything that burns gas has to be phased out eventually. But I figured we got to do it in a way that gets the worst offenders off the road the quickest possible. And then we work our way from there to transitioning to all electric, and we do it in about 10 years. All right? So that's the way I feel. See, another big one right there. So it's these big pickups. That's what I'm talking about. I'm just standing in the shade because it's kind of hot. These Audi SUVs also, the luxury SUVs get very poor gas mileage, pollute a lot. Porsche Cayenne, that's one of the worst offenders, believe it or not. They get like 13 miles to a gallon city, so that's pretty bad. Those are what I'm talking about. And people driving them just because they look cool, just because it makes them feel better than anyone else, just to have a bigger vehicle. That's what my comments are directed to. Finally, we're going to see some larger ones. I want to make that clear. All right, it's not directed to every single SUV on the road. Maybe I made it seem like that, but it's not. That's not directed toward that. It's directed toward a certain class of SUVs, the real gas guzzling SUVs. That's pretty much what I'm talking about. Make that clear here. That's a large one too, right there. So it's not. I'm not talking about the compact SUVs. All right, I'm talking about the large truck-based SUVs that are really high up. That's what I'm talking about. All right. You'll see there's a Range Rover there in a minute, and these pickups too. They're always driving very aggressively too. These pickups are terrible. Not the SUVs, the pickups too. A lot of people just drive them. They don't need them. They don't need them for work. They just drive them around. Just because they look cool. That's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, there's a Range Rover. Those are the kind I'm talking about right there. Those Range Rovers, those really big gas guzzling SUVs. I'm not referring to the small ones. All right, I'm not even referring to the small pickup trucks. I know Toyota has some smaller pickup trucks. I'm referring to the big gas guzzlers. Those are the ones we need to get off the road immediately, all right? So let me make that like the Escalade over there. There's an Escalade, all right? Grand pickup truck. Those are the gas guzzlers. That's what I'm talking about, all right? So I want to make that clear to everybody. Maybe there was some confusion. I do apologize for that. But I'm not going to apologize for my passion about protecting the planet and doing whatever it takes to get us off this unsustainable path that we are in right now with guzzling fuel like it's no tomorrow. Just because, you know, and Wall Street just loves this, you know, and they want to keep it going. They're in their own enclave. They think they're safe from all the problems because they got their own enclave with their own kind on the South Shore. Well, like I've said before, they're going to be the first to feel the impacts of the hurricane situation. And I really wish they would realize it, because I don't want to see anything happen to the South Shore. I like the South Shore too, you know. But they have to realize that we're going to have to start moving in a different direction. And you can still have profitable stocks and profitable companies in a green economy. Another SUV there. You can still have that. We don't need to give that up. You know, but we've got to start investing in mass transit. Investing, yes, man, investing in mass transit, investing in an infrastructure for electric vehicles. And when you park your car in a parking lot, there's a charging station right there. You park your car right here. There's a thing, you plug it in. So you won't have to worry about running out, you know, because there'll be places to plug in everywhere. And that electricity will be generated from wind, solar, nuclear too. You know, no more combustion engines. They have to be phased out. You know, I'm just saying we need to start off with the worst offenders. That's all I'm saying. Worst offenders, the biggest offenders are these big gas guzzling SUVs that most people just don't need to be driving. They just drive it because it's cool. And the luxury cars too. It was like, oh, there's sedans that guzzle gas too. Yeah, well, get them off the road too. You know, anything that guzzles gas, basically, needs to be gotten off the road. You know, a lot of these luxury cars have huge engines in them, V8s in them, that people don't need for driving around here. Yeah, let's get those off the road too. All right? So that's the way I feel about it. I'm just waiting for the bus to take me to the South Shore, because it's hot. There's a breeze here, but I want to be on the South Shore where it's even cooler. And then some people don't want me going to the South Shore. Well, it's too freaking bad. I can go wherever I want. You know, this is the intimidation they use. When you speak up for the environment and you speak up for equality, this is the intimidation they use. Another big SUV right there. This is the intimidation they use. This is the tactic they use to try to get people to be quiet. Well, you're not going to get me to be quiet about this planet and the unsustainable way things are going. And the governor has plenty to blame, because he runs his mouth about the environment a lot, and yet he hasn't done enough, not a damn thing really, to get people out of their cars. You know, you should be improving public transportation on Long Island so less people are driving. And look at what's going on with the main line, with the neglect of the main line. You say, oh, we're doing these projects. Meanwhile, whenever these projects are done, there's always an issue, and there's always problems, and then they tell people to take the Babylon branch, drive to the South Shore. Let's burn more fossil fuels doing that instead of using a train line right here. Let's do that because we want everybody on the South Shore. That's where we want the investment in the economy. We want to just neglect this area here. Just because, you know, certain demographics not homogenous. I don't talk about that anymore, but, you know, the way I feel, and my feelings haven't changed. I think we all need to be treated fairly, and I think we need to show this planet a lot more respect than what it's getting. I'm not going to apologize for my passion about protecting this planet and stopping the runaway climate change that we're dealing with. And some people may have lost hope that we can't do it. I still think we can. If people can wake up and realize that we are heading in the wrong direction, we need to elect people that are going to put this planet and everybody first, instead of just putting a certain demographic of finance professionals from Wall Street. We need to get those old corrupt people out. That includes Trump, that includes people like Cuomo, that includes people on both ends, both aisles. We need a green revolution in this country, all right? And we better wake up soon, because it may already be too late, but I figured I might as well try. I might as well try to convince more people to do something about the climate situation we are in. Anyway, that does wrap up this weather update on this. I'm not weather update, but this video that I just want to clear things up on how I feel about the climate situation we're in. And we're going to deal with a very brutal weekend. Yes, people will say, well, we've had 100 degrees before. Yes, we have. But I remember I took observations when we had those 100-degree days. We had dew points in the 60s. This time dew point's going to be in the 70s. It's getting more humid. That's the biggest thing from climate change. So, you know, more people need to take buses. Oh, look at that. There's open windows on that bus. That's what I mean. The bus system is falling apart. People don't want to take it because it's unreliable. And again, this nice system has cost, ever since the MTA left Nassau County, Nights carries probably a third of the riders a Long Island bus did. So we've added thousands more cars onto the road because of Nice Bus. All right, they are not taking cars off the road because nobody wants to take it. It's not reliable, and you know, this is why MTA needs to come back. We have a bunch of people running their mouth about the environment, or current too. If they were serious about doing something about the environment and getting people to stop burning, consuming, and burning gas in their combustion engines, they would do something about getting people to give up those cars and take a bus instead. They aren't doing a damn thing about it. That's how I feel. And there's another huge pickup right there. That's what I'm talking about. Those vehicles. Most people drive them just because they look cool. Unless you need it for work, I'm sorry. It should be taken away. That's it. Thank you for watching. Take care. And let's look out for Mother Earth. We only have one planet. We know where life can survive, and that is this planet, Earth. Let's not gamble away our future on greed. Thank you for watching.